like Ren and Stimpy.
Stimpy.
Watching Cheech and Chong.
Hey, you want to get high?
This is Luke and Lewis, Triple M Modern Digital.
It's Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Sorry to do this again. Who's Ren and Stimpy again?
They're a cartoon from the 90s,
Right.
man. They're slightly more relevant than Cheech and Chong.
I know I've had this conversation like 10 times, but every time I go to care,
Yeah.
I'd stop caring.
It's astounding that we hear Ren and Stimpy every day, but you keep forgetting who they are. They're that irrelevant to your life.
Well, I've never gone, hey, Lewis, wanna get high?
We've got a great show for you guys. We're going to be talking about Coles Radio. They've done it. Well, we've done it. They've made a statement about our sabotage action that happened on Sunday night.
So, yes, that's big news coming out of Coles, because you didn't know we're trying to sabotage Coles. We did a show on FM purely to take down FM radio.
Well, really, we're trying to sabotage FM radio to bring all of the listeners onto the digital band.
But the ultimate goal is destroy Coles Radio.
Absolutely. So we're going to be talking about that later today. And also, I've got a bold idea for BYO Cup Day for 7-Eleven. So all of that is coming up after this. Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke, are you across all the latest social media apps?
I've heard of this new app, or it's more. I reckon it's going to be a craze. It's called Vero.
Yes, it's called Vero. I'm all about it, mate. You know me. I'm always on top of trends.
You know how I always
relatable.
mispronounce stuff when I read it? I was calling it. Wait, what do you call it?
Vero.
Yeah, I was calling it Vero in my head all day. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. No one has ever said the word in front of me.
I was just calling it Vero, but Vero sounds better. It's not Vero.
Yeah, I think if it's between you and me deciding on the pronunciation of something, it's definitely me.
Yeah. So I downloaded the app last night.
Yes.
And look, here's the thing. I don't usually get on trends really quickly. Like, I remember when Snapchat became a thing, I was like, this isn't going to last. And I didn't download it. Same with Instagram. I didn't have Instagram for like a year and a half,
Really?
probably 2 years. In high school, I was like, this is just a trend. And then eventually I was like, oh, Instagram's sticking around.
Yeah,
Cool. Good on them.
Yeah, no, I generally get on these apps first because, I don't know, if it dies, it's no loss to you. But so I was on Snapchat really early, and same with Instagram. But this Vero thing I've also gotten on early, but I don't think I want another thing to post to. Like, I'm fine maybe using it, but now, you know, we've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat.
Yep.
And now Vero. That's like 6 different
And
things.
LinkedIn, Pinterest, if you're like a mum.
No, man, I'm not using LinkedIn. I'm not very much of a career professional.
My brother the other day was like, oh, have you followed me on LinkedIn? And I was like, do you honestly think I have a LinkedIn? Look at me, man.
Don't even own a tie.
I'm wearing Vans. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't have a LinkedIn.
Yeah, but
I own one suit.
But yeah, so this new Vero app kind of came out of nowhere, and I've only had it for a day, but I think the basic principle of it is they're trying to combine the best features of Facebook and Instagram, which is like posts from your friends and pretty photos. But what they're doing is they're making sure that the feed stays chronological.
Yeah.
Because Facebook and Instagram, they show you what posts they think you want to see. You might see something from 3 days ago, whereas I like to just see stuff as it happens.
Yep.
Twitter's doing that as well. And
But
also,
that's what Facebook and Instagram used to be. They used
which was great.
But then this one will probably change. They'll realize that the algorithm is, I don't know why they changed the algorithm, but
Well, I think
obviously
it's just
this
the
will
machine.
start like chronologically, and
Yeah.
then this will go the same probably.
Well, maybe not, because I think the other difference with Vero is they're not going to have ads on the platform.
Right.
So usually the algorithm changes for all these other apps because they have to make sure people are looking at it all the time,
Yeah.
so they see ads and they make money.
So what's like the main difference? Because I've got on it and I don't understand what it is. I think I have like 6 followers on it.
Yeah.
And I tried to become friends with someone because some people are following me and some people are requesting a connection
yeah.
on this app. So I don't understand. I feel like an old person using this app, and I'm like, oh, why does this person?
Well, I think you can put people into categories. So it's a little bit like MySpace, how you had your top 10 best friends. So with Vero, you can have acquaintances, friends, and then close friends.
So really, it's just dividing people. You can really show your true colours on Vero and who you hate, who you don't like.
Yeah, pretty
this
much.
is going to be great.
So, well, you and I have Vero. Mike, are you going to get Vero?
Probably, yes, I am.
Yes?
Yeah.
All right.
I was just nodding at him to say yes, only because I wanted to just tell people to block you in Vero as well.
So Mike's going to be downloading Vero during the songs. Make sure you
Feel
search
free to
him up
block
and
him
block
on Vero.
Luca Lewis. Now, it is Bring Your Own Cup Day at 7-Eleven. You can bring your own cup and fill it up and pay $1 for as much Slurpee as you can, depending on how big your cup is.
Yeah. It's Christmas time if you're not a diabetic. It's great. It's one of my favourite times of year is BYO Slurpee Cup Day. I'll be honest, haven't celebrated it in a couple of years since high school.
I think only really 12-year-olds get excited about it.
Yeah.
I walked past the 7-Eleven before. There was a kid with a saucepan filling it up, which is pretty exciting if you're 12.
Yeah. So you came with. So we came to the radio station today, and you came in with a very bold idea as to what you wanted your cup to be.
Yes.
And here's how that conversation went.
Luke, it's a momentous occasion today. It's BYO Cup Day, 7-Eleven.
We've all been thinking about it all day. Yeah. I'll be honest, Radio Mike reminded me when I got here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, cool. Haven't stopped by a 7-Eleven today.
Mate, this is a momentous occasion in every kid under 12's life.
I think I've only ever done it once, and one time I used an old Lego tub, which fit a lot of Slurpee in it.
Right.
So,
did you clean it, though?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Okay,
full-on cleaned it out the night before.
You don't want a Lego-flavoured Slurpee.
No.
Now, Luke, I was thinking, I would like to BYO my own cup.
Yep.
I don't think you need to say BYO my own, but
No.
That's how I'm forming sentences these days. I have an idea for the cup that I'm going to bring in, because I actually don't really carry a cup with me. Did you bring a cup today?
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't know about the day. I'm now regretting not bringing a cup. I feel left out, although I haven't seen anyone else walking around the office with like a lampshade full of Slurpee, so I don't feel that left out, to be honest.
That's true. Well, I've got it sorted. All right. This is going to enable us to both enjoy Slurpee.
So you've got a cup big enough for both of us?
I have a container.
Okay.
Right. It doesn't have to exactly be a cup, but I think it fits the dimensions.
Yeah.
It's in this room currently with us now.
Right. Is it your water bottle?
No.
You're going to have to empty it out.
No, I exclusively use that for water.
Right.
You should know that.
Is it your headphones? I don't know.
No.
Your laptop?
No. It is you. Specifically,
What?
your mouth.
Right.
Because I've been
Wait. What do you mean? You want to use me as a cup?
Yes.
Surely I'm over the dimensions.
You are, but I've discovered a loophole. So the dimensions are 23 centimetres high is the limit. I think you're over 23 centimetres. However, I do not believe the depth of your mouth exceeds 23 centimetres. So I've found a loophole.
I know, it's got a pretty deep throat.
Now, Luke, I was
trying to rephrase that better, but I just couldn't.
No, you just failed. That's all right. I was thinking that I was a few options when I was looking at you, because it could have been your nose, but then I think, I don't want to give you a brain freeze. Also, you probably couldn't fit too much in there. I was thinking ears, but I do think that mouth is
I'm glad you chose mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, as the orifice that it was going to go in.
Mate, you've already said deep throat. We don't need to talk about anything else
There
on this show.
could have
We're
been
on
other
radio.
holes that probably wouldn't have fit as much Slurpee in them. Would have been a bit chilly.
So, what do you say about my proposition, mate?
Yeah, only thing. So you're going to carry me in to a 7-Eleven. The only thing I'm worried about is I might not be able to fit my head under the tap, and I'm not sure what the staff members are going to say as you walk up to the counter, give them $1, and say, "Yeah, just one BYO cup, thanks." This is a human Slurpee cup.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Human Slurpee
I'm
cup.
happy to be the cup, but I'm not. I don't think the franchise will appreciate it.
Well, I have thought about this, and 7-Eleven workers, they work behind a counter, they have to open a door. I think that it's a bit of an in-and-out stealth mission. We could get caught, we could be apprehended, but I think
you don't
worth
think
it.
You carrying me like Scooby-Doo into a 7-Eleven and shoving my hand under the tap will be obvious. It's hard to do that.
Look, it's not
in an inconspicuous way.
It's not explicitly stated that you can't use a human as a cup in the guidelines.
Yeah.
So I could argue with them for at least 10 seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's do it.
We'll distract them, and
Okay.
human cup Slurpee is go.
Great. So if I'm a cup, does that mean I can't swallow any of the Slurpee?
Correct.
Are you going to drink it out of my mouth?
Well, I'm going to get the straw. I'm not an animal.
Let's go do it.
talking about BYO Cup Day at 7-Eleven.
Yes, that's where you can bring whatever cup size you want within. There is a limit, actually, to the cup size. And to 7-Eleven, you can get a Slurpee, fill it up to the brim. Some people were bringing in saucepans, we saw. There was, I've seen people doing it. I think wheelbarrows has since been not allowed. The first year, there wasn't a limit.
Yeah.
People were taking,
Limits
like,
were introduced
mini
for
pools.
a very good reason.
Yeah, people were taking, like, little mini kids pools to 7-Eleven and just filling up 50 litres of Slurpee.
Yeah, 7-Eleven's competitors were bringing in their own slushy machines and filling them up for free, selling them to customers.
Yeah. And you came in with a very bold idea that
Yes.
interesting.
I wanted to test the limits of BYO Cup Day because they might have a limit on what size the cup is, but do they have a limit on what exactly is a cup?
If the cup's breathing, if there's any laws if a human can be used as the cup, because you decided that you wanted to use me as your cup.
Yes, because I got to work and I realized, oh no, I didn't BYO my own cup. So I thought, well, I've got a mate, he can be a cup. So what we did before the show,
And you're lucky your mate is happy to be a cup sometimes.
So what we did before the show is we went to the local 7-Eleven and I just picked you up, carried you in, put your head under the tap, turned it on, filled up my cup, and mate, surprisingly easy to do.
Can I just say, it wasn't nearly as degrading as I thought it would be. Being carried in and used as a cup. I was like, oh, this is going to be so embarrassing. Not at all. I was a proud little cup.
You've obviously got very low standards for yourself.
I put my head under the tap. I just went, yep, this is why I probably should have gone to university.
Well, you know why it wasn't embarrassing? Because the person working at the 7-Eleven was like weirdly on board with it.
She asked you, so we don't really have any audio from it. There will be a video. If you want to go check out how the mission went down to 7-Eleven, go check out our socials. It should be up in the next 15 to 20 minutes. But yeah, so the way it went is, like, we were expecting, oh, get out, boys, you're not taking this seriously. This isn't how you do BYO Cup Day. She just yelled out from the counter, are you filling him up? And you were like, yeah, is it $1? And she's like, nah, just have it for free.
Yeah.
So she didn't make us pay because I couldn't actually fit that much in my mouth.
Yeah, she was like, no, don't pay. Your cup is so small, it's not worth it. So guys, we figured out a loophole to get free Slurpees on BYO Cup Day.
Carry your mate in and shoplift.
BYO Mate Day to 7-Eleven and you get free Slurpees.
We just shoplifted and she didn't care. That's what happened.
Yeah, it's probably because she works at 7-Eleven.
Great success, everyone. Next year, you're my cup. Actually, no, next year, Radio Mike's our cup.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, guys.
Let's fill up his belly button as well.
The video's on our Facebook and on Instagram. Check it out. This is Luke and Lewis. Luke, I've got some shocking news to tell you.
I'm okay. Sorry, I was just preparing to be shocked.
Well, now you won't be shocked.
Okay, unprepared. Shock me.
They've given Pikachu a voice and the ability to speak English.
I'm so shocked.
It's unacceptable.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
As in the Pokemon Pikachu who doesn't speak English, who goes, well, the only thing Pikachu says is his own name.
No Pokemon speak English. That's like that's like one of the only consistent things in that series is like none of them speak English.
They're all like little they're Pokemon. So they're animals / creatures based on human.
Yeah, and they only say their name.
Well, they're not based on humans, they're based on animals.
Yeah, they only say their own name. That's the only thing that's consistent about it.
Yeah.
And that's been working for ever since I could remember. I think 1994 is when they made the first game.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always been. But now they've come out with a new detective game where Pikachu is a detective. Now, I'm going to play you...
He was never a detective in the series.
To be a detective, you need to have the cognitive ability to solve crimes. It's an animal that will electrocute you, okay? It shouldn't wear a hat.
Lethal Weapon 5 starring Pikachu or something.
So this is what Pikachu is supposed to sound like.
Pika pika.
Right? Nice little cute animal, only says its own name. But in this new detective game they're coming out with, this is what Pikachu sounds like.
Are you saying you're a real detective?
I'm not just a detective. I'm a great detective. Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu. No, okay? It sounds like he's a 40-year-old detective who's been on the force for too long. He's like lost 3 partners in the line of duty. and he's out there to stop Team Rocket, but he doesn't. He's bending the rules of justice.
Yeah, he's like, this is my last week.
It's unacceptable.
Sounds like Pikachu's been smoking a pack a day as well.
What? They haven't stopped there.
So this is a movie, or it's going to be a movie?
It's a game, but
It's
a movie is coming out where I think Ryan Reynolds is going to play Pokemon and play Pikachu. I think.
Jesus. He just does anything these days, doesn't he?
I know, but it's not the only cartoon that they're giving a new voice. Dora the Explorer has also been given a new voice. I've got a sound clip. Hit it. It's really hard out here in these streets. That was the clip from Dora the Explorer. It's not going to get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. So, Luke, we're going to be doing a semi-regular segment on the show now.
We've done it once before. We did it last week, called Things That Might Interest You. Last week I bought 3 things to the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, man, these may be of interest to you. I haven't bought them up before. Other than, like, I usually sometimes write down 3 funny things that could interest you. I don't know which one's going to take your fancy.
It's
and
like
I tell
a
you,
Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yeah.
But on radio.
Exactly, and I haven't told
choosing the
you.
adventure
I haven't
for
told you any of these stories off air, so I like to bring them to you on air, and everyone. It's a lot of fun, and you kind of choose really for the listener as to what we get to hear next.
Yeah, seeing as this is a regular segment, Luke, do you have a musical intro?
I haven't made an opener for this one yet. Do you want to do? Well, we can do a live one.
All right. I'll just come up with the beat.
Things that might interest you.
Ooh. I like it. Let's keep that.
Hey, can we get the recording and just use that every week? All right.
What's your 3 things?
So the first one is, this one might interest you, Lewis.
Yeah.
I saw an unexpected celebrity on the street today.
Ooh.
Want to hear about that?
It's piquing my interest.
Is it?
I would like to find out who that celebrity is.
Yes.
And I'd be very interested to know
what they were doing,
street, what they were doing, what kind of street it was.
They were doing something.
Oh, well, I could find that out. Well,
that would be a bit weird if they weren't, if they were just sitting on the street.
Actually, that'd be even more interesting.
That's
were they
true.
sitting on the street?
No, they weren't. They were standing.
Next one.
Oh,
then.
too much information. I saw... Okay, no, sorry, that was the first one. I learnt a magic trick during the week and could perform it on the show if you want me to. Does that pique your interest?
Well, yes, but you said could. So
well, if you choose it, I will.
But would you do it successfully? You would pull it off?
I will attempt the trick on the show if you choose that one.
See, we run a very high quality radio show, Luke, you and I.
At times.
And if I'm getting a magic trick, I want a 100% success rate. So I'm thinking about it.
The third one.
I like that you've written these on your phone like you couldn't remember 3 sentences. What's your next thing?
The third one is...
Yeah, make sure you read it properly.
Yeah, I will.
You spelled everything right?
Yeah. Someone saw my genitals recently who shouldn't have.
Right, I bet. Someone saw your genitals recently.
Who shouldn't have seen them.
Ooh.
Does that's piquing his interest?
Oh, I think I'm going option 3. I want to know who saw your genitals.
All right, we'll talk about it next.
Luke and Lewis, time for this.
Things that might interest you.
Ooh.
That's our best live opener. It's the only one we do.
Yeah, for good reason.
We should make one for next week. All right. So things that might interest you is a segment we do where I bring up 3 things on the show to tell Lewis, and then he picks one. He's picked before the break.
Multiple choice segment.
Yes, the one you picked was I gave you the teaser of a little bit of a thing that happened in my life that was
thoroughly teased.
That was someone saw my genitals recently who shouldn't have.
Ooh.
And that baited you pretty hard, and now you want to hear the story,
mate. You've done the radio clickbait on
and
me.
you chose that over. I saw an unexpected celebrity, and I learnt a magic trick. So I hope
they just weren't. You know what? If someone saw my genitals that wasn't supposed to was a headline on pedestrian TV. You know what? Double click.
Yep, that's get you click every time.
So. Tell me this thing. It interests me.
Lewis, I was came pretty home, I think it was on the weekend, pretty home pretty late one night, and I was in the toilet, going to the toilet.
That's a classic place to get your genitals out.
Scene. Yeah, that's the thing. There was no, now, obviously because someone saw my genitals in the story, I should clarify, I was in the toilet by myself.
Right.
Right?
So, are there any windows?
Nope. No windows in my toilet.
So it wasn't was it like a break-in situation?
No?
Like,
Okay.
let me in, I want to see your genitals.
So,
No, you're not supposed to.
no, it wasn't.
Right.
So,
That would have been a lot more
I
interesting.
was going to the toilet. I was almost finishing, right? I was just finishing up, but obviously everything was still out.
Yep.
And a knock on the door came. I heard a knock on the door.
So you were weeing was in progress.
Ring was in progress,
You heard
and
a
someone
knock.
knocked on the door
Now,
politely.
The only way that I see someone seeing your genitals is while you're weeing, someone knocks and you turn around.
No, our door is on the side. You've
Right.
been to my house. You open the door and the toilet's like,
Ah, it is too.
Yeah, it's a side view.
Right.
So knock on the door, and I go, I'm in here quite loudly.
Yep.
And then my brother opens the door,
no.
and I said, I'm in here. And he goes, oh, I thought you said come in here. I was like, why would I say come in here? He goes, yeah, I don't know.
Well, even if
Who's sending in invites? Like, yeah, man, come join me for the rest of my piss. Like,
and also, there's only a toilet in that room. I've been to your house, so even if I knocked on the door and someone said, come in, no,
no, because I was going
I'm not coming in.
it was like 2 a.m. I think he got up to go to the toilet. I was just getting home, but he'd already been in bed.
Yeah.
So he was getting up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night. He was half asleep. And then I think he heard,
Right.
here, come in here, which when he, and then in
All
his
right,
brain
I
was
will.
like, I will. So, and I was like, get out. And he was like, oh yeah, sorry. And then, yeah.
Well, thank you very
He
much.
shouldn't
mate.
have seen my genitals, but he did.
That absolutely did interest me. Thank you. Can't wait for next week. Luca Lewis. We are returning from our first ever show on Fox FM, which is, some people say, is a giant career move for the Luke and Lewis
Not at
show.
all.
False. Okay? Objection. I disagree. It's not. The only reason we do a show on Fox FM is to destroy FM radio, bring all of the FM radio listeners over to the digital band so that Triple M Modern Digital can begin to outrate Coles Radio. 'Cause
Now-
we're still getting tripled
in the
by
ratings.
a shop.
But by not a radio station. So, now some people might say, but wait, if you're trying to cripple FM radio and if people come to digital, they might end up coming to Coles Radio. Not at all. Because people who are coming to digital will want a station with the word digital in the name. That's
Exactly.
where we come in. We're modern and we're digital.
And
That's
you know
the
what,
go-to station.
Luke, when we were on FM on Fox, we were doing things where we would do a phone segment and people would actually ring because they were listening,
Which
and
was bizarre.
it was weird. I didn't like it. Well, I thought, what a shame for me to destroy this opportunity for all the other FM shows. But
Yeah.
it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. And also, then if we go and destroy it, then we might get callers here for once.
This would be good on 70% of our shows.
Yeah. Now, Lewis, because we obviously did do a show on Fox,
Yes.
since then, our Triple M Modern Digital ratings have gone through the roof.
Skyrocketing.
We can confirm that, well, here's the thing. I didn't know how we were sitting compared to Coles
Yep.
until I received a very short statement from Curtis Stone, the face of Coles himself. He's a celebrity chef.
And what a face he has.
Yes. Some people might reckon him as the blonde guy with the striped apron in the Coles ads. So, Coles reached out to us and said, and this is 100% legitimate, I didn't just write this before we came into the song.
Right, so you're reading off your laptop. So if you turn your laptop around, that would be an email and not a Word document, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I don't need you to turn it around because you know what, Luke? I believe you.
Great, because I was just putting it into a Gmail there. Saves me the trouble. Now, this is from Curtis Stone.
Hit me, Kurt.
Never has there been a bigger threat to Coles since Jamie Oliver started doing ads for Woolies. You, Triple M Modern Digital, are the undisputed kings of digital radio. You are modern and digital, and we are not. And just like our prices, our ratings are down, and staying down. Yours sincerely, Curtis Stone.
We've done it.
We
We've
did it,
done it.
everyone.
Well done, everyone. High fives for all the team.
Well done.
We've done it. We've destroyed FM radio,
Yep.
but we've brought up Triple M Modern Digital. Hey, why don't we do a phone segment? Give us a call. 1300 161 006 if you're listening. Luca Lewis will test it after the break.
1300 161 006. Not like that's going to help.
Now, guys, did a little bit of an impromptu call for listeners to give us a ring. Wasn't really planning.
We were
on it.
trying to prove to Coles Radio that we're smashing the ratings. We didn't actually plan to open up the phone lines. Lewis just thought it'd be funny to say, hey, if you're listening, give us a call.
Sometimes the funniest thing to me is saying the phone number of Triple M Modern Digital because no one called.
And we weren't actually expecting people to call, but we had a few people call. So we thought we'd bring one in. We thought we should celebrate the victory with them.
Yeah, because
Olive gave us a call. Olive, obviously you were listening. How does it feel to be one of the many, many listeners of Triple M Modern Digital?
we got 2 calls.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, there's so many listeners. And, you know, I'm just proud to be one of them.
Thank you. It's so great to have you here. It's so great to be celebrating the win with you. And how do you reckon Coles are feeling right now?
Oh, at this rate, they'll be crashing harder than the stock market.
That's it. We got him.
Now, Olive, would you describe yourself as a modern and/or digital person?
Oh, 100%. This is how I study. I study to Triple M Modern Digital Q.
Do you
You're
really?
gonna fail
Are you failing right now? It's better than studying in Coles, though. So
That's true.
that's better. Well, thank you very much for calling, Olive. We're so glad that you're coming on and helping us prove Coles once again that
Sorry,
we are
Coles.
blowing them out
hate
of the
to
water.
do it to you, but we took down FM radio.
Yeah.
And you're next. Our next caller, Bob Marley, who calls just about every time we do a segment. You might.
How are we, Bob?
Oh, pretty good, thanks, boys. How are you?
Do you put on a voice on the phone?
What's that?
Do you put on this voice every time
Yeah.
you call? Yeah.
Very obvious.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be heard on this show either. So.
Look,
So-
I can't remember exactly how I did it.
All right, is that your real voice?
We've discovered Bob Marley's real voice.
All right.
Finally, it's been months.
It's my non-senior voice.
Right, now, Bob, how does it feel to be a part of this new digital movement now that FM radio has been destroyed because we did a rubbish show in there on Sunday night, and now that no one is turning to Coles Radio as the backup? How does that feel?
Wait, we're not meant to be on Coles Radio?
What?
Gotta close that real quick. Oops.
That's why he's been putting on a voice. Bob Marley's a bloody traitor. Get him off the phones. All right, bring Olive back. Is Olive still with us? We're going to end the show like this. Hi, Olive. I just wanted to get you to repeat after me. Amplify the now.
Amplify the now.
Yes, we've done
We
it.
did it!
Triple M Modern Digital.
Wait, let's all say it at once. Get Bob on the line as well.
Ready?
No, turn down the fade. We need
Way
to...
more important.
Sorry, turn up the inspirational music again. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
We want to
here
get
we go.
everyone
Okay.
saying it at one time. Have you got both of them on the line?
Olive, are you there?
Yeah.
Bob, you there?
Yeah, mate.
All right, on the count of 3, everyone, we're all going to stick it to Coles and say amplify the now in unison. Are you ready? Lewis, stop laughing. Join in. 1, 2, 3. Amplify the now.
Thank you very much,
We
guys.
did it.
That's the end of the show. Coles Radio's number 2. Triple M Modern Digital is on top. We will see you tomorrow. It's Luke and Lewis.